Hey guys, Ashley here, also the HB fan. I'm back today with another Gossip Girl rant. I took a nap, I needed it. I'm back today with another rant to talk about Gossip Girl Season 6, since I talked about Season 5 today. So I'm going to talk about why I think Season 6 is actually a really good season, and why I feel like a lot of people in the fandom are way too harsh on it. So let's talk about Season 6. The only bad thing I could really say about Season 6 is Dan being Gossip Girl. Dan being revealed as Gossip Girl made no sense to me, and like it literally went without any punishment. Literally. The fact that everyone just like sat there and forgave him for all the horrible shit that he quote unquote was behind made no sense to me. Everybody should have gotten up and beaten his ass. The fact that Rufus came in there and said that you a Gossip Girl, how can you not tell me? How can you expose your sister like that all over the internet? And he said Jenny wanted to be on Gossip Girl. So that's okay? It's okay to expose your sister about losing her virginity? That's okay, huh? That makes no sense. And like that went without any real punishment. Any punishment. None. Nada. Zero. Benito. However the fuck you say zero in Spanish. Without any punishment. And that further ruined him and Serena's love story. Oh my god. Gossip Girl just keep racking up the reasons why they ruined him and Serena's love story. Why they ruined it and continued to ruin it after Season 2. They did whatever they could to keep Dan and Serena apart. Everything. They did whatever they could to convince you to not ship it. And I couldn't believe it. Dan being Gossip Girl, it just ruined him and Serena for me. Like, now that I'm older, it's like, wow, this really ruined them for me. Like, I still ship them, but like I said, I love them in Seasons 1 and 2 with all of my heart. That was when Dan and Serena were at their best. I love the little mini interactions they had in Season 3. They were cute. I feel like Season 4 is when they really should have gotten back together. Period, point blank, done. No excuses. Season 4 is when they should have gotten back together. The opportunity was right there, and the writers decided to not put them together. And it just didn't make any sense to me. Season 5, her and Dan, they had their many interactions, but it wasn't really that much. In Season 6, her and Dan don't interact again until after like episode 5, when all is revealed, that the sex tape, that's like all revealed, and then they just come back together and they hang out again, and they start catching feelings, and they're romantic again. It was nice seeing that when I did my rewatch. It was really nice seeing that. But to me, everything about the love story just felt rushed. But I'll save that for their love story video, because So me personally, I had no problem with them ending up married in the finale, because I feel like out of all the dumb decisions that they made, at least they did something right, and that was having them end up together. I don't care what anybody says, that was the right decision all along right there, was putting them together. It's just like the get back to them was so horrible. The get back to Dan and Serena was awful, and I think the writers did them like no justice. So that's how I feel about that. Chuck and Blair ending up together, I have no problem with at all. I don't care what anyone says. Them getting married at the end of the season was fucking great. The only thing that I hated about it was that I wish they would have gotten an actual real wedding, instead of them having to get married before they go to jail, so neither one of them can testify on each other. No, even though like the marriage was genuine, it wasn't just about not testifying on each other. They both wanted it, and they wanted it now. Like, no more waiting. They wanted it now, and like, so they decided to get married right there. And they looked good doing it. They matched each other. So period. But I wish they would have gotten like a real marriage. Them getting married and them having a kid towards the end, I can respect that. Like, I know a lot of people wasn't like into their love story, wasn't into it. But me personally, I feel like the get backs were way more interesting than Dan and Serena's get back. The back and forth was always interesting. It was never boring. And like I could understand like the toxicity that was just like too much for everybody. To me, yes, it was a lot. Don't get me wrong, but like for me, I just like I always knew where their hearts were, and it was with each other. And like they spend most of the time apart, then most of the time together. If I really want to get real, they spend most of the all that time apart. They were really only a couple in season 3. Season 3 and a little part of season 4 when they were like having like that fling, her and Chuck were really in a relationship. But other than that, her and Chuck spent a lot of time apart to figure themselves out, which I really love that in season 6. That you know, it's okay to love somebody, but I think if you want to figure out if you want to figure out who you are and figure out what you want, there's nothing wrong with like being like, I can love you, but I don't want to I don't want to be with you right now because we need to figure out our own thing, which I can totally respect. I totally can respect her and Chuck loving each other, but they still want to figure out their stuff, their businesses, their passions, and the things they want to do, who they are, which I love. I love that Eleanor decided to give Blair the business because Blair is a queen. I mean, she's a queen. Who else is better to take over the fashion business than your own daughter, which is Blair? And like Chuck, he helped her on her first night. He helped people. He helped some of the socialites get there. You know, like he helped Blair out. Like Tina was a jealous ass bitch as always. She couldn't show up for Blair. She was mad that she couldn't sit in the front row seat. It's like, this is going by alphabetic order. Bitch, you sit in the back. How about that? She was so mad. Like, she couldn't even show up for Blair. Like, what kind of friend is that? What kind of friend is going to be happy about your achievements? Tina was jealous. She was always jealous. I love the storyline with Chuck and his father. I thought that was really, really intriguing. I really did like that. Everything with him and Bart was really good. I know a lot of people said the ending in, I think, episode 9, I believe, when he fell off the rooftop, it was like hella cheesy. I get it. Like, yeah, like him falling off the rooftop, it's a bit too like One Tree Hill for me, because it kind of doesn't work for Gossip Girl. Like, they could have done something a little bit different. Like, I don't know. Maybe it's the way he fell off that was like a bit like okay, like maybe it was the way that he probably fell off. But I'm not crying about Bart dying. I'm not crying. He was a terrible father to Chuck and a terrible husband to Lily, and I didn't care about Bart, so I didn't care about that. But I did love like Chuck sneaking out like all his dirty laundry and like all the dirty business deals he did and everything like that, and everything he pretty much got away with, and all the people that he paid off to stay quiet. Like, that was really interesting. Like, Chuck always had really interesting storylines, and like I love that. I love they gave him something outside of Blair all the time, unlike Damon from the Vampire Diaries, who he barely got any storylines outside of Elena. So, just saying. But yeah, I love Blair this season. I mean, I always love Blair. Can you imagine not liking Blair? I can't think of one human being who hates Blair. If you hate Blair, you have really bad problems. You have really bad problems that you need to go fix, because how can you hate the Queen Bee? How can you hate Blair Waldorf? That makes sense. I love her in the season. I love that she was there for Chuck. I love that she was willing to put Chuck down. Oh my god, I love that. I love how she told Dan off episode 5 when she said that you pretended to be better. And he did. The fact that he was willing to capitalize on her vulnerability about her wanting to be with Chuck so he can be with her, it's like, how pathetic are you? She doesn't want you. You need to get over it. Period. Don't you just something like that straight up. She doesn't want you and you need to get over it. Like, move the hell on. And, Georgina was in this season. I don't know why. Ivy was trying to Ivy was trying to ruin Lily and Bart's marriage because she was mad that. So Lily's mother, Cece, I forgot to mention this in the season 5 rant. I know I forgot something. And season 5, Lily's mother, Cece, died, and Cece left all her inheritance to a girl that pretended to be related to them. How? That sounds stupid. I've never heard anything like that. You're gonna leave all of your money to somebody that isn't even related to you? What? So Lily was fighting tooth and nail to make sure that everything in her mother's will is on her side, which is like, yeah, my mother pushed me out of her womb. I should have everything, not you, not some random bitches gonna blow it all off. Like, no, that will could go towards anything Lily needs for the kids or for emergencies, in my opinion, because you never know what can happen. So she wanted to ruin Lily's marriage by doing that, and Lily and Rufus were already divorced, I think, by season 5, because she chose Bart over Rufus, which was just, oh, talk about a waste of time. Serena and Dan could have been together. Oh my god, oh my god, it's just ridiculous. So they had that storyline. I really didn't care for that. And that's how the Serena storyline with the boyfriend that she had, Steven, I think that's his name, with her pretty much trying to play stepmother with his kid. So there was this storyline. I thought it was actually really good. It was actually really entertaining because, like, at least it gave Serena something to do. I wish she didn't have to always need a story. She didn't have to always date to get a storyline. But unfortunately, this is Serena here. So the storyline with the guy Steven, her and Steven decided to come to New York. She wants people to know her life. She don't want to lie about who she is or who's in her life. So Lily and him act weird with each other because they slept together before. I think I can't remember when or where, but they had slept together. And when she saw this ring in there about him proposing and that he was going to propose, Lily tries to stop it. Blair didn't try to stop it, but she tried to talk sense to Serena into not just jumping into a marriage with this guy. And Serena went to her mom, was like, "Will you marry all the 4 times that you did it?" And Lily, she said, "You don't have boyfriends. She said you have acquaintances. Yeah, like you just have a favorite of the month. You just have that special toy that you're gonna be with, and then you're done. You're off them. I mean, think about it. How long were her even going to be together until Serena messed it up with lies? And that's all she do. She lie and then she messed everything. She messed everything up. Her mess gets in the way. She's a mess. So like, how long was she gonna be with him until it all went to shit anyway? Like, in a marriage, you can't do that. You can't expect someone in a marriage. Sorry. She can't mess up and lie all the time and then expect him to be there the next day. Like, it's not gonna work like that. He ain't Nate. I'm not sure if they're not. You know what, they keep lying to me and think I'm gonna be staying in bed with you the next day. Because even a divorce, but that's on the papers right here now. Like, and she said you're jealous about some man who doesn't even remember sleeping with you. She said, and now you're mad that he wants to be with me. Like, oh my god, how shallow and self-centered can she be? And she said every time that I have somebody, you want to take them away. She said when me and Dan wanted to be together, she said you had to be with Rufus. She said, and you ripped away my love life from Dan. And she said, now you want to take this from me too? Like, the Dan thing, I can totally understand because I feel like Rufus and Lily, they really were not thinking about Dan and Serena at all when they were shacking up with each other. Maybe in season 1 they were, like, you know, not being together. But in season 2, they really were not considering Dan and Serena's feelings. Like, I understand that you're going to have feelings for somebody, but your children are dating. Like, they couldn't have at least waited until Dan and Serena broke up to make their moves on each other. And then for all 4 of them to be dating at the same time, it's like, what kind of family are y'all raising here? Hillbillies? The next Wrong Turn? Like, it was giving Wrong Turn, it was giving Hillbilly. It was just giving like, ew, like that's disgusting. Gross. That's very, very gross. So yeah, me personally, that's pretty much all the gist really in season 6 of Gossip Girl. And the biggest thing I have to get Gossip Girl season 6 is that it was a shorter season. I absolutely love the day and I decided to drag this shit out to like at least 20 episodes because that would have been stupid. We don't need 20 episodes to drag out these plot lines because it wasn't really a lot of plot lines. Nate doesn't get anything. Nate just exists. Like, at least they gave Serena something towards the end. Like, at least they gave her something. Like, I love the stuff for Chuck. I love the stuff for Blair. I love the get back with Dan and Serena. I thought it was actually good in season 6. But I love the fact that they kept it short and sweet and straight to the motherfucking point. Because season 5 was way too damn long. And I think just a lot of the decisions that they made in that season just drew a lot of fans away. Because it just wasn't interesting. So, like, I knew this video wasn't going to be long anyway because I knew I was going to get straight to the point about how I felt about it. And me, I really did like season 6. Like, I feel like a lot of people are, like, way too harsh on this season to me. Like, I actually really, really enjoyed all of the episodes. Really, I did. I don't like the fact they put Nate with this 16, this 17 or 18-year-old girl. Like, I just want to understand something. So Nate can be with this girl Sage, but he couldn't be with Jenny. Like, I mean, yeah, it's not right for Nate to be with somebody who's underage. Like, I get it. Jenny is 16. I get it. But they had so much potential. Like, I don't think people understand. Like, Nate and Jenny had so much potential. They really could have been a really bomb-ass couple. Like, Jenny has personality. Nate has, well, sorry, Nate doesn't really have much personality. Maybe that's why a lot of relationships fail, is because Nate is just such a boring character. And like I said, I think that's just why a lot of relationships fail. And that's why he should be with someone like Serena, because like they're both boring and like they're not interesting together. But I think him and Jenny would have been interesting together if the writers would have capitalized on the storylines that are there. Like, you could talk about how, oh, she's still in high school and like he's grown. Like, there's so many storylines you can do with that. So many storylines you could do with that. I would have preferred Jenny lose her virginity to Nate than over Chuck. And not because I hate Chuck, it was just because of how stupid it was. It was a dumb idea. It made Jenny, they dragged my girl Jenny down in season 3 so damn bad that I have to talk about it. I'm really debating on whether I should talk about Dan and Serena first or Jenny, because I literally do not know. Because they really dragged my girl Jenny down into the mud. They did everything in their power to make you not like her in season 3, and like, I love Jenny. I love her. I do not hate Jenny at all. I love her because I really love Taylor Momsen. Taylor Momsen is just so, she's so captivating. She's so alluring, and like, I just couldn't hate Jenny. I'm sorry, I just couldn't hate Jenny. I love Taylor Momsen because I love the Free Reckless. And like, it reflected bad on Chuck because of the things that he did do to her in season 1. And like the fact that everyone made him out to be this rapist, and like, I didn't like that. Like, I'm sorry, I know y'all gonna say, well, he did try to do it. Yeah, it's a difference between trying and doing it. Okay? Alright. And these are the same people who make excuses for Damon, who actually compelled underage girls and older women to be in a relationship with him. That's rape. That is rape. Chuck trying to make an attempt on doing it. It's like it's basically like sexual harassment, but it was going into rape, but like basically like sexual harassment. It was unwanted advances, and like Jenny, Dan, and Serena, they came and they got her, they rescued her. Chuck apologized for that, and like, it was consensual sex. Like, I think what confused a lot of people was that the next scene they were just in bed. But I feel like in the scene in bed, it really clarifies you into knowing that it was consensual, because they both didn't want to be alone. And like, even he told her, he said, if you want to leave, you can. Like, he didn't force her to stay there. He said, if you want to leave, you can. She said, I don't want to be alone tonight. And she said, I don't either. But I think what was weird about the sex scene was that right after they got done doing it, and the very next scene, Chuck was fully clothed. He looked fully clothed, and she did too. It was kind of hard to be like, wait, because when she told Eric that she lost her virginity, I'm thinking like, she did? She still has clothes on. I'm informed that when you have sex, that you're fully naked. Chuck still got on his slippers, he got on his robe, he got on his matching pajama set. I'm thinking like, so did sex happen, or it was that whole scene is confusing because, first of all, it don't look like they had sex, and there was definitely consent there. People just choose not to see it. It was there. Re-watch the episode. The finale for season 3 irritates me so bad that I can't even watch it sometimes, because why would you make Chuck sleep with Jenny? Like, why? Like, I understand, yeah, he was sad. I get that. But it's just like, Jesus. Like, because when they showed the scene where Blair actually went there to get the flowers, and then they showed that him and Jenny slept together, it's like, oh my fucking God. Just irritating. Just so irritating. It wasn't even like good drama. It was more like frustration, really. Like a lot of people probably thought like, I was just irritated when I saw that. Like on my rewatch, I'm just thinking like, oh my god, I had my head down in shame. I just couldn't believe it. Couldn't believe it. It was stupid. So, I'm gonna leave that for season. I'm just gonna leave that for Jenny. I'm just gonna leave that for Jenny. But I pretty much since I gave y'all my opinions on seasons 5 and 6, I might as well just give y'all my opinions on seasons 1, 2, 3, and 4. So season 1 is a great season. I mean, everything about season 1 was great, really great. I definitely prefer Gossip Girl over the OC because I feel like even though Gossip Girl did have its bumps in the road, I feel like Gossip Girl never lost what it was. Like I feel like they never lost who they were as an identity of a show. Like they kept it the way it was, schemy. They kept it drama. They kept it the way it was, and I really like that about Gossip Girl. I think with the OC, it really lost itself in season 3 because they couldn't find any other arcs for these characters to keep it interesting. And I think with Gossip Girl, they were always finding, not for everybody, but they was always finding arcs for somebody to do something different. Like season 1 was a really great season, and like for like people who say that it's the only good season of Gossip Girl, I heavily disagree because, like I said, even though like season 5 is boring, it still has good stuff in there. It still got some good episodes, mainly concerning Chuck and Blair. Like to me, I feel like season 5 was good because of Chuck and Blair. Like you won't be disappointed about that portion of season 5, but everything else that's not consoling them, yeah, you'll be bored. But to say that season 1 is the only good season, you tripping. Season 1 is not the only good season. Season 1 is really fucking good, but are you kidding me? Season 2, baby. Season 2 is the best season of Gossip Girl. Do not add me. Season 2 had 23 episodes, I believe. Am I forgetting? Oh, let me go to Netflix real quick, y'all. hold on. First I'll be forgetting. They put Gossip Girl back on Netflix if y'all didn't know. Go rewatch some episodes if y'all don't know. Come on, Netflix, damn, this should take us forever. I'm popping it up right now. Let me go to season. I had season 5 on when I was doing something because I know I want to be interested in watching season 5 because it's so boring. Oh, actually, I was wrong. Oh no, season 5 had. Think about it. Season 2 had 25 episodes, and it managed to still be interesting, unlike season 5. And like there were like some episodes that you could do without in season 2. Like I would say like the episodes about the teacher I did not care for. The episode 21, like they made a whole episode about Nate. I did not care about that. Like I'm not saying that season 2 all the episodes are just slab dab good, but season 2 is just good as a season because they keep it consistent with the drama. The drama is consistent. We got the Chuck and Blair back and forth. We got the Jenny storyline. Like it was just good. Like everything was just good. Except for Lily and Rufus was good too. I could cut it for the whole secret child thing. I didn't like that, but the Dan and Serena back and forth was great. Season 2 was just a bomb ass season. For 25 episodes, they did not disappoint. This is the season that I'm always going back and watching because it's just, I love this season. Season 2 is the best season. Season 3. This season is the most season that I'm like a mixed bag on because the first half is not good. The first half is boring, it's slow, and I don't like it. I don't like the first half. But things don't get interesting until like episode 9. That's when things pick up. You get the stuff with Jenny. You get the stuff. They focus less on people. They focus less on college. Only person who really in college is really Dan. But like Blair really isn't there that much. She's really more around Serena and Chuck. I love the whole stuff for Chuck and Blair this season before things went to shit in episode 17. Ugh, child. Me personally, I feel like Jenny really carried this season. I ain't even gonna lie to y'all. I feel like Jenny really carried season 3 on her back because she really had like the most interesting storylines. I did love the whole storyline with Serena and her father. I thought that storyline was really good, and it just made me hate Serena more because she's so irritating. If you didn't like her dad or you disagree with her dad, you were an enemy. And it's because she's full of these daddy issues that if you don't agree or like the way that her father does stuff, that you're automatically just an enemy of hers. And it's just like, what, girl? Get into reality. No one has to like him or give him a chance because you say give him one. Girl, bye. No. Who the hell do you think you are? Captain Saberho? Girl? And like, I did like that. Rufus and Lily should have gotten a divorce in season 3, period. They definitely should have gotten a divorce. I did like the stuff with Jenny and like Nate, but I didn't like how they try to make her like a simp for him, like a pick-me. I did not like that. Like her trying to essentially break them up, I did not like that. But I did love I loved aspects of it, but I didn't like how they tried to turn into a pick-me, like trying to get him to change his mind about Serena. I didn't fuck with that. But to me, I definitely think Jenny carried the season on her back. To me, I did like the stuff with Blair in school, like, you know, her trying to find her next minions. That was really interesting. I didn't care for Georgina coming back. I did not care for that. But, to me, I feel like Jenny carried it because Jenny was just the most interesting to me. I'm sorry. She carried season 3 on her back. It was just such a boring season, and I feel like Jenny just made it more interesting to me. The more I go back and watch it, I just love Jenny. I loved her this season. Even though they dragged her the fuck down, I just feel like she had the most interesting storylines to me. Season 4. I absolutely love season 4. I love the first half. The first half concerning everything with the girl Juliet, wanted to take down Serena and her family, and wanted to give everyone a turn on her. I absolutely love that. I hated that they brought Jenny into it because it made like no sense to bring Jenny into it, considering that Jenny left town, and it's just like, it just made no sense. Just keep finding ways to drag her down, Gossip Girl. Why don't you? Vanessa, it made sense because she was mad that Dan chose Serena over her because her pick-me ass. But I really did love the first half. To me, the second half of the season is okay. It's alright. Is it watchable? Yes, but I feel like that second half just kind of felt rushed. Like we're getting the mini build up of Dan and Blair, and I absolutely hated that. I hated it with every fiber of my being. Chuck starts dating this black girl out of nowhere after Nate was with her, and what else happened second half? Blair gets engaged to this guy Louis, and that really came out of nowhere to me. Like her trying to get with this guy, like it literally made no sense to me. And her and Chuck have sex after she's rescued by the black guy that I don't remember his name, so I hate to call him black guy, but I don't remember his name. He kidnaps Blair to pretty much tell Chuck the truth about what really happened in that house. He pretty much burned the house up with his wife because his wife was having an affair, and he lied to his daughter about it. So he went to prison. Him and Blair had fun. They had like one night in the town. He took her to a bar mitzvah party. They ended up having sex, and like they both confessed on how like it was wrong because she's with Louis, and she said if she don't know she'll be able to love anyone but him, and like they pretty much let each other go. This scene, that scene with Lane and Ed Westwick, they were acting. That is one of Chuck and Blair's best scenes together. The chemistry, their chemistry never failed in season 4. It never failed. Never failed. Never. They had really great chemistry. Like that scene when they let each other go, every time I watch that scene back, I start crying because I honestly think that is the last Chuck and Blair we'll ever see. But when we roll into season 5, it's not the last that we've seen of them. So you can watch for Tears Away because that's not the last that we've seen of them. But I thought season 4 overall was it a good season? Yes, it wasn't as bad as season 5. But I feel like that second half they did rush a little bit of those storylines because it had 20 episodes. And like I don't know how Blair could be friends with a bitch like Serena after Serena exposed all of the shit that she's been through, like her eating disorder and her parents getting divorced and her dad coming out as gay to this lady. How can Blair be friends with someone like that after exposing all the shit that she's been through? Someone explain that to me because I couldn't get it. But to me, those are my thoughts on not just season 6, but all the Gossip Girl seasons. And I'll see you guys probably this weekend with another rant because everyone who keeps telling me they're gonna do my hair keeps dodging on me, and I'm getting so annoyed because I need my hair done, y'all. Like I really need my hair done. I've had these wacky braids in. So I'll see y'all next time. Probably this weekend I'll make a video. I wanted to make a video on another teen drama show that I have watched before, and I feel like I need to put more respect on it. Like I need to check it out. It's pretty underrated. I want to give like my whole review on it, not just like not gonna break it down into any topic. Just like my review on the show overall. So I might do that because I might be surprised on what show I'm talking about. So yeah, I'll see you guys next time. And thanks for listening. I'll see you guys next time.